Welcome, guys, to Trending Ep11. As always, I'm your host, Ben. Today we are going to be talking about the episode Hostile Calamities. Now, this is not the review. No, this is hot topics. These are things that happen in the episode that are going to be hot topics going forward. Though, before I get to that, guys, I want to let you guys know that I have a schedule that I'm going to be trying to stick to here for a while. I'm going to let you guys know that really fast in this video so I don't have to make a separate video. I'm going to try to get through this really quick so we can get right on to the hot topics. I'm looking this way so I can look at the schedule I got written down, and this is what I plan on sticking to. If you have any questions on those days, leave a comment, and I will try to remind you guys what those days are. Sunday is still going to be Walking Dead Reaction Sunday. So the latest episode I'm going to do my live reaction to on Sunday nights. Then, when the season's over, I'm going to pick a new show, and that'll go in my Sunday slot. On Monday, that's going to be my Walking Dead review of the previous night's episode. Then, I'm going to do a new show starting Game of Thrones reaction on day one, or on Monday. On Tuesdays, it is going to be a Game of Thrones reaction as well. One episode. Then on Wednesday, it's Hot Topic Wednesday, which is what it is today. Then I am going to do, that's it. I'm just doing Hot Topics on Wednesdays. Thursdays, I'm going to be doing Top 10 Walking Dead list, which tomorrow I have a great one planned for you guys. I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to be one of my best videos yet, if not my best video. I'm putting a lot of work into this one. On Friday, Game of Thrones, I'm doing 2 reaction videos. So a total of Monday, Tuesday, and 2 on Friday for 4 episodes a week of the Game of Thrones until I'm caught up. Please, in my comments, do not leave spoilers. That's the big thing I ask. Don't leave spoilers. You can kind of talk about the episode that I'm seeing, that I'm watching. Keep it to that. If it gets out of hand, I'll have to assign a moderator to make sure that I don't get spoiled. I have never seen the show. I don't know any names. I know nothing about it. Besides that, it sounds like it's something I would like, so I'm going to give it a shot. Outside of that, I don't know anything about it. Besides that, I don't even know off my head if it's on HBO, Hulu, or what. I'll have to check that out. All right. On to the hot topics. That is what this episode is about. Hot Topics Wednesday. Hostiles and Calamities. Let's get it. Let's go. Woo! What side is Eugene on? Is it his own? Is he on the Savior's side? Or is it Rick's group? Well, guys, I think it's a bit of all three. What do I mean by that? How is it all three? I mean, you'd think he'll be on one side. Nope, he's on all three. What I mean by that is Eugene's always on his own side. He is a survivor. Remember what Abraham told him in Last Day of Earth. Second of all, I think he's going to be he's going to make everybody believe he's a savior, especially the viewers, and Negan believe he is a savior. And I also think that very well may carry into next season. So that way, between 7 and 8, until 8 comes out, a lot of people are talking, and they're talking like Eugene is a traitor, and in the end, he will not be. In the end, he will be all about Rick's group, and that's what I believe will happen. Here's one of the main reasons why I believe that. He is part of the group, guys. He has built strong bonds, and not just with Abraham. He has a strong bond with Tara. He's got a strong bond with Rosita. He's been with her since season 4. And in fact, he does have a strong bond with Rick. If you remember, on Last Day on Earth, when he said he would drive the trailer around until they tried to get to Hilltop with Maggie, before Abraham talked to him, Rick talked to him, and Rick told him that he was a valuable member of the group, and they were lucky to have him. So I think that's something he'll always remember, and I think that was very important to get validation from Rick Grimes. So I think Eugene is not going to ultimately turn his back on the group, but I think for a while they're going to try to make people believe that he indeed has. 2, what side is Dwight on? Where is his story going? And is it is the story over? And the reason I bring up this one is one of my favorite Walking Dead YouTube channels to react to, or to watch react to, is called Nerd Reactor. And on Nerd Reactor, one of the main hosts, sorry, I forget his name off my head, was stating that Dwight's story has been told. So he kind of hopes Dwight doesn't come back because his story is done. I don't believe that to be the case at all. I do know for sure Dwight's on one more episode this season. That's it. And I do know that he's only on one more episode. Like I've told you guys, I don't watch Spoiling Dead. I don't read Spoiling Dead. I don't know anything about it. But what I can tell you is that I do know the episode list for the characters. I know that he's only on one more episode. So does that mean they're right? No, sir. I think Dwight comes back next season, and he's a big character next season. I think Dwight is already starting his turn on Negan. I think that the reason he took out the doctor was because the doctor kind of put it on himself. He needed to put the blame on somebody, and then the doctor, when he was sitting there, the doctor was working on him, the doctor was talking about Sherry in a very negative light, and basically, that sealed his fate. And you can kind of go by the fact that Dwight had this far off look, like he was staring straight ahead, like you tell he was listening to the doctor, and he wasn't liking what he was hearing. And I think that confirmed for him what he needed to do. You got to remember, the doctor, all throughout the season, has proved he's Dr. Emmett Carson, he is the doctor at the Sanctuary, proved that his loyalty was 100% Negan, that he was all about Negan. So I think Dwight took that as the right time to take out the doctor, and I would agree with him. The only negative side is what that might have down the road, and I'll get to that in the last question, which we're not at yet. We are going to move on to the third question. Did the two wives legitimately want to kill Negan, or was it a test for Eugene? Well, I think it was a test for Eugene, personally. Because if you think about it, it's smart for Negan to do this, to right away test Eugene. Because when is Eugene going to be most likely, or anybody going to be most likely to try to betray him? Right away, at the very start, before he's had a chance to try to mess with Eugene's head, to try to mess with the person's head and take control. So I think that this was a test, and Eugene passed it. Eugene, I think, played everything perfectly. All episode, I think he was a mental gangster. I think he tore it up. I said this in my review. Eugene played everything up to perfection, and I think it definitely was a test from Negan to use all three wives. I think even Amber was in on the test as well. And if you watch my reaction video, you'll see me directly stating, Eugene, no, do not make those pills. Don't do this. Now, I think those two pills will come back in season 8. I don't know when, but I think they will. I think they'll play some kind of factor in the storyline. Will they kill Negan? No. But I think they're going to come back at some point and play a role in the story. I don't know how, but I think they're going to wait till people have forgotten, or so they think. When they bring it back, people are like, oh yeah, I remember Eugene made those in episode 11 of season 7. So that's what I think about that. And I do think the wives most certainly were in on it with Negan to test the loyalty of Eugene. That's my opinion on that. Does Negan trust Dwight and Eugene? Well, I would say that yes, he does trust Dwight and Eugene, but I'll say this, it's with limitation. He's not naive. He knows Eugene is still new. He knows that Dwight has shown signs where he shouldn't trust him, hence why he had Dwight beat up. It wasn't just random. I think that a couple times when he was torturing the doctor, even after he killed the doctor, a couple of the looks that he gave Dwight were almost like trying to make Dwight feel comfortable, but at the same time, they have the eyes and the feeling of, you best watch your back. You better not be lying, and I'm not done watching you. So I think that he does trust them, but there's limitations to trusting both of them. I think Negan will still be watching them and having other people watch them, making sure that they stay in line. That's my thoughts on that. I also do not think that Dwight is going to, I do think that I'm going to go circle back because I didn't finish this part in the first time. I do think that Dwight is going to eventually turn on Negan completely. He already has. That's what I think he's already doing. I think he's already turned on Negan, and that he most certainly is not done with that, and he will completely turn on him. But I don't think Negan will notice till it's too late, till Negan has either been killed or captured by Rick and company, and then he'll take over the Saviors as their leader. But up until that point, I think he's going to pretend that he is on Negan's side, when in fact he is not, and he will be helping our group. I think there will be times where he's doing bad things to our group to keep Negan believing that he is on Negan's side. That's my thoughts on that. Will there be a revolt? I'm going to keep this short. No. Logically, you would think there would be, and there have been a couple signs that show that it's possible, but no. Because, think, if Negan has a revolt, and Rick gets all these groups, then what is it be like Negan and Simon and like 6 Saviors versus like 6 groups, and the rest of the Saviors that left him? No. The Saviors are not going to revolt. That's not happening, guys. That is not happening. There will not be a Saviors revolt. They are with Negan. That is the whole point of all-out war and all of this going on. What did Negan mean when he said, "Good thing we got to spare Dr. Carson"? Well, guys, what I think he meant by that was, oh, wow. It could have been one of two things, and we all know that. It could have meant that he was talking about good thing we got to spare Dr. Carson, meaning we got a new doctor in Eugene. Or it could mean that he meant Emmett Carson's brother, Harlan Carson, who was at Hilltop, which is what I'm going to go with. I do know Negan makes an appearance in episode 13 as a Simon, and this is the Hilltop bottle episode. And I do think that Negan will make his first appearance at Hilltop. I do think that he will take the doctor. However, I think Dwight or Eugene will help Dwight and Eugene will help the doctor escape in time to help Maggie deliver her baby, which I think will probably come next season, not this season. But I think they'll leave it so all this off season, between 7 and 8, people will be hating Dwight because the doctor was kidnapped and wondering, blaming him for Maggie not having a doctor. That's what I think what's going to happen with that. And I do believe that he meant spare Dr. Carson, meaning, well, let's go get us his brother, and he's going to come work for us now, right here. That's what I think he meant by that. Well, guys, that is it for this episode of Trending Interactive Studios. I'm your host, Ben. This was Hot Topics Wednesdays. Next week, we'll be hitting episode 12, and I look forward to doing that with you guys. Make sure to stay tuned tomorrow, though, for Top 10 Thursdays. I got a special episode that I think you'll all love. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. I love you guys. Peace. We're out. Later, guys.